Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Church of the Most High, where we serve you the Scriptures fish scale, raw and uncut, the way the good Lord meant it to be. Today is February 15th, 2025, and our daily dose begins with the book of Proverbs, as usual. Today is Proverbs chapter 15, so without any further ado, let's get to it. A lot of people are waiting for this. In the name of Jehovah Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The book of Proverbs, chapter 15. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. The eyes of Jehovah Allah are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction, but he that regards reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of fools doeth not so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to Jehovah Allah, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to Allah Yahweh, but he loveth him that followeth after righteousness. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. Hell and destruction are before Jehovah Allah. How much more then the hearts of the children of men? A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him, neither will he go unto the wise. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. The heart of him that hath understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of a merry heart hath a continual feast. Better is little with fear of Allah Yahweh than great trouble, than great treasure and trouble therewith. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is, than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. A wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeaseth strife. The way of the slothful man is as a hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish man despiseth his mother. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walketh erect. Without counsel purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man hath joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good is it? The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. Jehovah Allah will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to Jehovah Allah, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth bribes shall live. The heart of the righteous studies to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. Jehovah Allah is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report maketh the bones fat. The ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise. He that refuses instruction despises his own soul, but he that hears reproof gets understanding. The fear of Jehovah Allah is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. All right, that was again the book of Proverbs, chapter 15. And we are going to get right into our next dose, which will be the book of Psalms. Psalm number 95, once again from the authorized King James Version of the Holy Scripture. Here we go. I'm sorry, Psalm number 94, my mistake. Psalm 94. In the name of Jehovah Allah, most gracious, most merciful, the book of Psalms, Psalm number 94. O Allah Yahweh, to whom vengeance belongeth. O Allah, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Render a reward to the proud. Yahweh, how long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? They break in pieces thy people, O Yahweh, and afflict thine heritage. They slay the widow and the stranger, and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, Jehovah shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Understand, ye brutish among the people, and ye fools, when will ye be wise? He that planteth the ear, shall he not hear? He that formed the eye, shall he not see? He that chastiseth the heathen, shall not he correct? He that teacheth man knowledge, shall not he know? Jehovah Allah knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Yahweh, and teachest him out of thy law, that thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity, until the pit be digged for the wicked. For Jehovah Allah will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. But judgment shall return unto the righteous, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Unless Jehovah Allah had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Yahweh, helped me. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous, and condemn the innocent blood. But Jehovah Allah is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, Jehovah Allah our God shall cut them off. And once again, that was the book of Psalms, Psalm number 94. We are going to roll right into the next reading from the Holy Quran. This is the new translation by M.A.S. Abdul Halim, with added corrections and things for emphasis. So here we go, just as the other one was too, if you hadn't noticed. But here we go. In the name of Jehovah Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The Quran, Surah number 60, Al-Mumtana, the woman tested. You who believe, do not take my enemies and yours as allies, showing them friendship when they have rejected the truth you have received, and have driven you and the messenger out simply because you believe in Jehovah Allah, our God. Not if you truly immigrated in order to strive for my cause and seek my good pleasure. You secretly show them friendship. I know all that you conceal and all that you reveal. But any of you who do this are straying from the right path. If they gain the upper hand over you, they will revert to being your enemies and stretch out their hands and tongues to harm you. It is their dearest wish that you may renounce your faith. Neither your kinsfolk nor your children will be of any use to you on the day of resurrection. He will separate you out. Jehovah Allah sees everything you do. You have a good example in Abraham and his companions when they said to their people, "We disown you and what you worship besides Allah. We renounce you until you believe in Allah alone. The enmity and hatred that has arisen between us will endure." Except when Abraham said to his father, "I will pray for forgiveness for you, though I cannot protect you from Jehovah Allah." They prayed, "Lord, we have put our trust in you. We turn to you. You are our final destination. Lord, do not expose us to mistreatment at the hands of the disbelievers. Forgive us, Lord, for you have the power to decide." Truly, they are a good example for you believers to follow, a good example for those who fear Jehovah Allah on the last day. Anyone who turns away, remember, Jehovah Allah is self-sufficient and worthy of all praise. Allah Yahweh may still bring about affection between you and your present enemies. Allah is all-powerful. Jah is most forgiving and merciful, and He does not forbid you to deal kindly and justly with anyone who has not fought you for your faith or driven you out of your homes. Jehovah Allah loves the just. But Allah forbids you to take as allies those who have fought against you for your faith, driven you out of your homes, and helped others to drive you out. Any of you who take them as allies will truly be wrongdoers. You who believe, test the believing women when they come to you as immigrants. Allah Yahweh knows best about their faith, and if you are sure of their belief, do not send them back to the disbelievers. They are not lawful wives for them, nor are the disbelievers their lawful husbands. Give the disbelievers whatever bride gifts they have paid. If you choose to marry them, there is no blame on you once you have paid their bride gifts. And do not yourselves hold on to marriage ties with disbelieving women. Ask for repayment of the bride gifts you have paid, and let the disbelievers do the same. This is Allah Yahweh's judgment. He judged between you. God has the knowledge to decide. If any of you have wives who leave you for the disbelievers, and if your community subsequently acquires gains from them, then pay those whose wives have deserted them from the equivalent. If any of you have wives who leave you for the disbelievers, and if your community subsequently acquires gains from them, then pay those whose wives have deserted them the equivalent of whatever bride gift they paid. Be mindful of Allah Yahweh, in whom you believe. Friends, when believing women come and pledge to you that they will not ascribe any partner to Jehovah Allah, nor steal, nor commit adultery, nor kill their children, nor lie about who has fathered their children, nor disobey you in any righteous thing, then you should accept their pledge of allegiance and pray to Allah Yahweh to forgive them. Allah Yahweh is most forgiving and merciful. You who believe, do not take as allies those with whom Allah Yahweh is angry. They despair of the life to come as the disbelievers despair of those buried in their graves. And once again, that was the Holy Quran, Surah number 60. Now we are going to jump right into the next portion of our daily dose, the book of the wisdom of Ben Sirah. Some of you may know it as Ecclesiasticus, but it is chapter 26 today. In the name of Jehovah Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The book of the wisdom of Yeshua ben Sirah, son of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear and respect the Lord. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart towards Allah Yahweh, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. There be three things that my heart respects and fears, and the fourth I was sore afraid: the slander of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and a false accusation. All these are worse than death. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. A drunken woman and a gadder abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge she will sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. As the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. As the clear light is upon the holy candlestick, so is the beauty of the face in ripe age. As the golden pillars are upon the sockets of silver, so are the fair feet with a constant heart. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent. An harlot shall be accounted a spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth Allah Yahweh. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear and respect Allah Yahweh. A woman that honoureth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoureth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. A loud crying woman and a skald shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. Allah Yahweh prepareth such a one for the sword. A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong, and a huckster shall not be freed from sin. Once again, that was the book of the wisdom of Yeshua ben Sirah, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26. And our final reading for today is from the New Testament Gospels, the again authorized King James Version, and it is the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 21. In the name of Jehovah Allah, most gracious, most merciful, the book of the Gospel according to St. Matthew the Apostle, chapter 21. And when they drew nigh unto Jerusalem, and were come to Bethphage, unto the Mount of Olives, then Jesus sent 2 disciples, saying unto them, Go into the village over against you, and straightway ye shall find an ass tied, and a colt tied with her. Loose them, and bring them unto me. And if any man say aught unto you, ye shall say, The Lord hath need of them, and straightway he will send them. All this was done, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, Tell ye the daughter of Zion, Behold, thy king cometh unto thee, meek, and sitting upon an ass, and a colt the foal of an ass. And the disciples went, and did as Jesus commanded them, and brought the ass and the colt, and put on them their clothes, and they set him thereon. And a very great multitude spread their garments in the way. Others cut down branches from the trees, and strawed them in the way. And the multitudes that went before, and that followed, cried, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest! And when he was come unto Jerusalem, all the city was moved, saying, Who is this? And the multitude said, This is Jesus, the prophet of Nazareth in Galilee. And Jesus went into the temple of Allah, and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers, and the seats of them that sold doves, and said unto them, It is written, My house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves. And the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. And when the chief priests and scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying in the temple, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were sore displeased, and said unto him, Hear thou what these say. And Jesus saith unto them, Yea, have you never read, Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings thou hast perfected praise? And he left them, and went out of the city into Bethany, and he lodged there. Now in the morning, as he returned into the city, he hungered. And when he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it, and found nothing thereon but leaves only, and said unto it, Let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, How soon is the fig tree withered away? Jesus answered and said unto them, Verily I say unto you, if ye have faith and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, Be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. And when he was come into the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came unto him as he was teaching, and said, By what authority doest thou these things? And who gave thee this authority? And Jesus answered and said unto them, I also will ask you one thing, which if ye tell me, I and likewise will tell you by what authority I do these things. The baptism of John, whence was it? From heaven or of men? And they reasoned with themselves, saying, If we shall say from heaven, he will say unto us, Why did you not then believe him? But if we shall say of men, we fear the people, for all hold John as a prophet. And they answered Jesus and said, We cannot tell. And he said unto them, Neither tell I you by what authority I do these things. But what think ye? A certain man had 2 sons, and he came to the first and said, Son, go to work today in my vineyard. And he answered and said, I will not. But afterwards he repented and went. And he came to the second and said likewise. And he answered and said, I go, sir, and went not. Whether of them did the will of his father? They said unto him, The first. Jesus saith unto them, Verily I say unto you, that the publicans and harlots go into the kingdom of Allah before you. For John came unto you in the way of righteousness, and ye believed him not. But the publicans and harlots believed him. And ye, when ye had seen it, repented not afterwards, that ye might believe in him. Hear another parable. There was a certain householder which planted a vineyard, and hedged it round about, and digged a winepress in it, and built a tower, and let it out to husbandmen, and went into a far country. And when the time of the fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the husbandmen, that they might receive the fruits of it. And the husbandman took his servants, and beat one, and killed another, and stoned another. Again he sent other servants more than the first, and they did unto them likewise. But last of all he sent unto them his son, saying, They will reverence my son. But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and let us seize on his inheritance. And they caught him, and cast him out of the vineyard, and slew him. When the Lord therefore of the vineyard cometh, what will he do unto those husbandmen? They say unto him, He will miserably destroy those wicked men, and will let out his vineyard unto other husbandmen, which shall render him the fruits in their due seasons. Jesus saith unto them, Did ye never read in the Scriptures, The stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner? This is Jehovah's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore say I unto you, the kingdom of Allah shall be taken from you, and given to a nation bringing forth the fruits thereof. And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder. And when the chief priests and Pharisees heard his parables, they perceived that he spake of them. But when they sought to lay hands on him, they feared the multitude, because they took him for a prophet. And that is the conclusion of the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 21, and the conclusion of the Daily Dose for today, February 15th, 2025. Thank you for watching. I pray that you gain some knowledge, some wisdom, some insight, and that the meanings of these scriptures and the anecdotes within manifest themselves within your daily life in the reality that you walk through every day. So, Jehovah Allah bless thee and keep thee. Allah Yahweh cause the face to shine upon thee and be gracious toward thee. Hashem lift up the countenance upon thee and give you peace. Until next time, stay lit.